So the main agricultural innovation systems interpretations, I distinguish three. The structural view of agricultural innovation systems, that is more or less seeing agricultural innovation systems as innovation support structures. So it's still very much focused on research, development, extension, policy, so creating kind of fertile ground for innovation, where innovations emerge easily because everything is put in place to connect people and to make science useful for the end user. So it's really about creating preconditions for innovation. Another view is the dynamic view, and this is looking at agricultural innovation systems as complex adaptive systems. Basically, it's about temporary systems which kind of emerge when a system is pushed out of its comfort zone and needs to move to a new equilibrium. Yeah, you see that with transitions, when systems really came to their limits and you need change, you cannot further help the system or repair the system with incremental innovation, then they need to really work on the different balances and checks in the system to move towards a new system. That is this second view. And then you have a functional view. That's basically looking at, okay, it's a set of functions that you need to perform to make innovation occur. Sometimes agricultural innovation systems are also described as sectoral innovation systems. That's also a concept within general innovation systems thinking. You have sectoral, national, regional innovation systems and technological innovation systems. And then it's one sector underneath a national framework. Some incentives, some features are common for all sectors, some are very sector specific. So this is kind of the structural view, and then it's basically about mapping the system and the linkages and the incentives and the policies and determining does this promote innovation or not. And here are some of the conditions: adequate infrastructure, well-trained human resource base, well-established linkages, and a conducive institutional framework. And then you should think about incentives for researchers to collaborate with farmers instead of writing publications in their offices. It's about intellectual property, those kinds of things, the presence of funding instruments, which go beyond only R&D funding, but also maybe some risk funding for bridging the gap between prototype and real market-driven system. But I like this illustration quite a lot. It says you need to add all these components, but then you still need to cross the fingers, because, of course, you cannot manage everything in detail. It's not about micromanagement. It's not a blueprint, but you try to create the best conditions possible.